I've just had a dry run of a YouTube video because I hadn't even pressed the button to start. Right, so I'm on YouTube. Let's see how long this lasts. So I've come on my first one, just to quickly explain. I have done a number of other interviews or podcasts about what happened to us, but very quickly. So Kent Police, Kent Social Services and a solicitor all colluded together to take my grandchildren from my son, who was the abused. The mother was from a very high influential family in Naples and had come over, targeted my son for children, abused him and the children all the time she was with him, and eventually had social services, the police and the solicitor help to remove and abduct the children to Italy from my son. We put in complaints. To social services, didn't go anywhere. Social Work England didn't go anywhere. Social Ombudsman, they refused to take it. Kent Police have still got a complaint in after 3 years. We keep asking for updates. There was so much corruption. I mean, we uncovered a child trafficking ring. The social worker, Christopher Colin Tasker, he'd been trafficking children probably his entire career. In the 90s he got caught, but the police did nothing about it. And he just carried on being a social worker. Hartstein Trust. So, all the complaints. So we complained to the SRA, Solicitors Regulation Authority. They said that it was a very mixed email that I got back, and they brought this retired man in to take it on, Humphreys, and I looked into him and he had a dodgy past as well, to be honest with you. Anyway, they just said go back and get their insurance details from the solicitor. So this is what we tried to do, just to get the money back, to carry on fighting for the children, or just to be solvent, you know. They don't just strip your children when they take children through the family courts, they strip your assets as well. So, I mean, it is an agenda now. There are literally hundreds of thousands of families that this is affecting now. And it's going to get far, far worse, because they're putting social workers into schools now, and the data collecting through the Children's Commissioner's Office is very worrying, because they're saying that they haven't got enough children yet taken and they need to remove more children, and they are got an actual target actually of 2.5 million children, which is not from me, that is from the Children's Commissioner's Office. Their data collecting. So this is a huge child trafficking, genocide issue. Children are disappearing out of the care system at a staggering rate. We reckon last year it could be up to 230,000 children. Figures, statistics we have, it's very difficult to find figures, but there are ways around it. And there was a report from, what's her name? I can't remember her name, where 100,000 children didn't come back to school after the COVID opening of the restrictions on opening of the schools. And we know about the many, many babies, thousands of babies being taken straight from the hospitals. Just infants being taken through risk of future emotional harm. And a lot of it is unreported, because they say these children have been adopted when they're not. They've been long-term fostered when they're not. They are actually disappearing. And we have got evidence of them being trafficked to all sorts of places, which I won't go into. It just makes me feel sick, actually. And the links the investment bankers, the Rothschilds, with CareTech. You know, why are these investments being pumped in to these companies if it's not for an ulterior motive other than caring for children? Because we know the children are far more likely to be abused in the care system than with their own families, far more likely. So, staggeringly more likely. So I'll keep this short. I just wanted to say that thanks to Sian Gisling, I can call her just Sian Gisling now. I kept forgetting the last bit of her name, which was probably the reason why. Bar Mutual. What we can do is, if your solicitor let you down and they're refusing to give you their details, which is the case with ours, Worthington Solicitors in Kent, we can ring this number. So I'm just going to ring this number now and see if I can get through to anybody on this number. It's quite hard to call people, isn't it, when we know that. So I'm going to have to get my details ready. Being connected. So let me just think what I'm going to say. So I always do this. I get on the phone and think, oh, good morning. Oh, hello there. Yes, I've been given your number by a lady that's supporting people that have had problems with solicitors and the family courts. And the SRA, the Solicitors Regulation Authority, had upheld, in a sort of a strange roundabout way, our complaint against Worthington solicitors in Folkestone in Kent. The solicitor resigned that had caused my grandchildren to be abducted. Actually, she had.
Hello, sorry, can I stop you there?
Mm-hmm.
Where the Bar Mutual Insurance,
Yes, I know.
Give
Yes.
underwriting insurance to barristers.
Yes, but I have to ask you. Oh, barristers.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So, what's the one for solicitors, please?
I think you probably need to contact the Solicitors Regulation Authority.
I've done that. Well, we've been told that all solicitors and barristers have to register their insurance with somebody.
Barristers have to insure themselves with us. That's mandatory. But with solicitors, I don't know who they insure with, but I would have probably thought it's the SRA who would probably be able to give that advice.
Well, I have tried them, and yeah, no.
We don't deal with solicitors.
Right. Could you check whether they've got a barrister working for them then, please? It's Worthington Solicitors.
I can't tell you that because we won't know who they're working for.
Oh, right. Well, there's another number. I think there's another. Just let me check, because I think there's another. She sent me 3 different. Just let me have a look.
If it's to do with solicitors,
yes.
If it's to do with solicitors, sign up the Law Society or the Solicitors Regulation Authority.
The Law Society. Is it mandatory? Is it mandatory for them to report their insurance details to one particular body?
No, solicitors are governed by the Solicitors Regulation Authority,
right.
And barristers are regulated by the Bar Standards Board. Right. And we only deal with barristers, so what solicitors do and how they do that, I'm afraid I can't assist you on that. Right. But certainly, I would suggest contact the Law Society or the Solicitors Regulation Authority.
Okay, I'll try that. Thank you very much. Sorry to bother you. Bye.
That's all right. Okay, good luck. Bye-bye.
Bye. Right, so she's not a barrister, so we can't ring the Bar Society. So let's get that out, because I don't want people to be. So this is good because we've got it. We've got it here so we can see what's the right procedure to do. So I'm just going to go back onto Andrew Devine's feed and this is the one from yesterday. So let's have a look. Oh dear, I don't know if I can go through the comments. Well, let's have a look. I don't know if I can go through the comments. I'm going to do another one, so I'm going to get back on it and see whether we can. Yeah, I'm going to do another one, another live, and then see what we do from there. Okay, bye for now.